my strategy, right or wrong, is going to have to be go sight unseen and just rely on the relationships I build with people in these places.
You realize you made some mistakes. Maybe you should share that so that people can learn from your mistake as well.
Yeah, so one big one that I just came up last week, and I was listening to your last episode with Steve. I forget his last name, but he was talking about due diligence.
Yeah.
Definitely some good lessons there. The one that came up was the air conditioning unit. I had not put enough attention to the air conditioner system, the AC unit, and come to find out needed a full replacement. The thing was completely shot. All the wiring was bad, and so that was about a $14,000 bill that I needed to get done in a couple days because I had a renter in there. So definitely going to be at the top of my list going forward as far as due diligence. Something that my contractor didn't look at when he was on site, unfortunately, and so that's a big cost to build into my rehab budget.
I think buying remotely sounds like a really wonderful idea, right? But to me, the challenge is still like, how can you see, like, you can't see if a house needs foundation repair from picture unless it's really crooked, right? Otherwise you can't see. And then you can't see a lot of things unless you know specifically to go look for those things.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think a lot of it's building relationships. The contractor that went the first time was not the contractor that finished the job. He quit on me about halfway through, and he connected me with somebody else. It wasn't a complete disaster, but going forward, I'll have a relationship with this contractor now that I think is going to go a lot better. So, I agreed. Coming up with a nice checklist going forward for my contractor, say, hey, these are things we need to check. And then eventually when I quit my W-2, which, is hopefully sooner rather than later, and I get into this full time, I'll have the flexibility to go check places out on myself before I buy them. In the meantime, my strategy, right or wrong, is going to have to be go sight unseen and just rely on the relationships I build with people in these places.
You haven't quit your job yet. So
nope,
last we talked, I thought you did.
No, sorry, I'm close.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm in the process right now. It's I can go into that too if you're curious.
Okay. But it's not private information. It's something we could talk about.
Yeah, I'm not going to give my company name away. I don't think anybody in the company is probably listening, but obviously.
Probably not.
I don't need to make that public information.
You own what, four different locations, right?
Correct. Yep.
And two of them you've seen before you buy, and the two down here in Texas that you didn't see.
Correct.
Did you do good on them?
So the first one, yes, the first one is the one that's Airbnb, and that one's pretty steady. And I'll say they both have gone pretty well. The rehab on the second one was about double the budget that my contractor gave me, and there really was wasn't really any good reason for it. There wasn't anything specifically unseen that couldn't have been identified during his walkthrough, so it was really just a bad number that he gave me. That being said, with the BRRRR, the idea is to get all of my cash back out at the end. And so I think I left about $15,000 in there. I would have preferred to have that back in my pocket, but at the end of the day, getting a property for $15,000 that's going to make me money in the long run is an okay investment, right?
So just for the audience, BRRRR is buy, rehab, refinance, right?
Yep.
Did I get the order right? Okay.
Yep.
The young people nowadays, they get creative with all these terminology. They're trying to keep up. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with real estate if you keep holding, right? And different people say it different way. Rent your way out of trouble, or if you end up paying too much for a property, you just rent it out and have your tenant to pay down your mortgage, and eventually you'll be whole again.